6:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Dilini Gunawardena, assisted by Sanjay Paladenia, and read by Geethanjali Ramanayaka. The headlines. Elections are progressing well. The sixth round commences from the 21st to the 23rd of August in Thailand. Considering the appeal submitted regarding the Aswasuma Welfare Benefit Program has commenced. Romania expresses support to extend the GSP Plus tax concession granted to the island. The validity period of the vouchers issued to obtain fertilizer has been extended till next December. Litrogas Lanka decides to slash the price of domestic LP gas again. Foreign news agencies report President Putin speaks to the leaders of Qatar and Iran. Sports, women's cricket, Ash Gardner takes 8 wickets in Australia, beat England by 89 runs in the Ashes. News in detail. The President's Media Division said the fifth round of Sri Lanka-Thailand Free Trade Agreement (SLTFTA) negotiations have commenced in Colombo this morning. The negotiations commenced aligning with President Ranil Wickremesinghe's vision of strengthening economic ties with major and emerging economies with a particular focus on the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. The leader of the Sri Lanka delegation, KJ Veerasinghe, expressed satisfaction with the progress of the Free Trade Agreement discussions, which are proceeding according to the agreed-upon timeline. The next round of negotiations is scheduled to take place in Thailand from the 21st to the 23rd of August 2023. 3 additional rounds are planned to conclude the agreement by February 2024, with the signing expected to occur in March 2024. During the opening session at the Taj Ramada Hotel in Colombo, the SLTFTA delegation was warmly welcomed, and the Sri Lanka government's objective of integrating into the global economy was emphasized. Sri Lanka aims to expand its economic reach first within South Asia and then extend further eastward to become a part of the regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership RCEP. Sri Lanka will formally request the member countries of RCEP to support its application. Given Thailand's active participation in both ASEAN and RCEP, Sri Lanka will seek Thailand's support in joining RCEP. Considering the appeal submitted regarding the Aswasuma Welfare Benefit Program commenced today. Approximately 100,000 appeals have already been received. Plans are underway to consider the appeals made with the district secretaries, divisional secretaries and other parties involved in the program. The President's office also assured that any shortcomings in the process of selecting the relevant candidate will be rectified immediately. The selections have been made under 22 criteria. The poverty line of the Department of Census and Statistics is also considered in this regard. B. Vijayaratna, the chairman of the Aswasuma Welfare Benefit Board, said that the beneficiary should support the program by providing accurate information required. He further added that an opportunity has been given to submit appeals anonymously as well. Romania expresses support to extend the GSP Plus tax concession granted to the island. This was disclosed at the meeting between Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena and Romania State Minister of Foreign Affairs Torin Risti held recently at the Temple Trees. The minister expressed his thanks regarding the decision taken to establish a Sri Lankan embassy in the capital of Romania. He further pointed out that Romania will be able to provide substantial job opportunities to Sri Lankans since many development projects are being implemented. The Prime Minister thanked Romania for the job opportunities given to Sri Lanka. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Plans are underway to remove the beggars in the Golf Face Green, Colombo. This is organized by the ports and the police. It has been revealed that there are about 150 beggars in the area. This has become a hindrance to both the local and foreign visitors. Accordingly, it has been decided to send these beggars to the Social Services Rehabilitation Center in Ridiyagama, Hambantota. Financial allocations for the accommodation of them will be provided by the Ports Authority. A special discussion in this regard took place at the Ministry of Ports and Aviation, chaired by Minister Nimal Siripala de Silva. The validity period of the vouchers issued to obtain fertilizer has been extended till next December. The Minister of Agriculture has taken this decision, taking into consideration the request made by the agrarian organizations. Farmers in several districts do not need to buy fertilizer at the moment, since it is the harvesting period. The validity period of the vouchers is currently 2 months. Therefore, the farmers expect to buy urea and other fertilizers with these vouchers, so that the ministry intends to give them the opportunity to buy fertilizer according to their needs. And that ends local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The Bureau of Foreign Employment says that employees who are unable to reach South Korea on time due to the delay in the flight will not lose their job opportunities. The employment opportunities of 52 workers were at risk due to the delay in the flight. However, Minister Manusha Nanayakkara intervened and discussed the matter with the Department of Human Resources in South Korea. Consequently, they were given a second chance and they left for South Korea yesterday. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
On to Watchlight. Litrogas Lanka, one of the country's two leading suppliers of domestic liquefied petroleum LP gas, has decided to slash the prices of domestic LP gas again. The chairman and CEO of Litrogas company Mudita Piri stated that the price revision will take place at the beginning of July as per the pricing formula. He also pointed out that it will be the fourth consecutive price reduction of the domestic gas cylinders which was carried out recently, and that came to in Watchlight. Now moving on to world news. The headlines. News agencies report President Putin speaks to the leader of Qatar and Iran. The Chinese foreign minister says it has nothing to say about a possible phone call between President Putin and President Xi Jinping. And row in India over former US president remarks on Muslim rights. The Russian RIA news agency reported President Vladimir Putin has held a phone call with the Emir of Qatar, who expressed support for the Kremlin in relation to the Wagner mutiny on Saturday. The Russian news agency Interfax also reported that Putin spoke with Iran's President Ebrahim Raisi, who fully supported the Russian leadership. Chinese news agency cites Foreign Ministry spokesman Mao Ning saying that Chinese Foreign Ministry has nothing to add about a possible phone call between Putin and Xi Jinping on the Wagner rebellion. He said that the Wagner incident in Russia's internal affair, adding that China believes and supports Russia in maintaining national stability as well as achieving development and prosperity as a friendly neighbor and comprehensive strategic partnership partner in the new area. Leaders of India's governing party have criticized former US President Barack Obama for his recent remarks on Muslims in the country. Mr. Obama said in an interview last week that India may start pulling apart if the rights of minorities weren't protected. He was responding to a question on how President Joe Biden should engage with illiberal Democrats. Indian Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, who like Mr. Modi is from Bharatiya Janata Party, told reporters recently that she was shocked by Mr. Obama's comments. And back to the headlines of the world news. News agencies report President Putin speaks to leader of Qatar and Iran. The Chinese foreign minister says it has nothing to say about a possible phone call between President Putin and President Xi Jinping. And row in India over former US president's remarks on Muslim rights. And that ends world news.
Development News is brought to you by
Vacancies for women from Desha Sri Lanka for housemaids in Kuwait, Oman and Saudi Arabia for ages 23 to 58 years. Contact number 037 7500 500.
The Sri Lanka Export Development Board EDB organized an informative online webinar for the Sri Lankan export in collaboration with the Embassy of Sri Lanka in Israel, Israel Sri Lanka Chamber of Commerce and Israel Asia Chamber of Commerce on the 19th of June 2023. The session aimed to raise awareness among the Sri Lankan business community and provide a platform for exploring new business opportunities in the Israeli market as a short-term export promotion strategy. And that was Development News.
Vacancies for women from Desha Sri Lanka for housekeepers, home cooks, caretakers and home nurses in Kuwait, Oman, Saudi Arabia and Singapore for ages 23 to 57 years. Salaries starting from 156,000 rupees. Interviews with foreign agents are now on. Come whether you have a passport or not. Branches, Colombo, Kurunagala, Anuradhapura and Matara. Contact number 037 500 500.
Sports news, it's women's Ashes. Australia beat England by 89 runs to win the one-off Ashes Test match and take 4-0 points lead in the multi-format series. Spinner Ash Gardner starred with 8 for 66 as England were bowled out for 178 before lunch on day 5 at Trent Bridge. Gardner's effort gave her an astonishing 12 wickets in the match after her 4 in England's first innings. Danny White top scored with 54 before she was given out LBW to Gardner for Australia to wrap up the victory inside 21 overs on the final day. And that was sports news.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හින හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru Mithru account NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business news sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Nestle Lanka's signature community development program, the Nestle Coconut Plan, was expanded recently, benefiting 500 rural families in the Central Province. Conducted for the 7th year, running in collaboration with the Coconut Cultivation Board of Sri Lanka CCB, the program supports 4,500 home growers with hybrid coconut plants and other resources with the ambition of enhancing coconut cultivation in Sri Lanka. This program has also taken measures to train beneficiaries on best practices of coconut cultivation by establishing 7 model farms across the island. And that was business news.
Business news sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හින හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru Mithru account NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
On to economic news. In view of next Friday being declared as a special bank holiday, the 30th of June 2023 has also been declared as a market holiday by the Colombo Stock Exchange. The government had declared a special bank holiday in a special gazette notification issued by Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena in his capacity as the Minister of Public Administration, Home Affairs, Provincial Councils and Local Government. And that was economic news.
Weather report.
Showery conditions are expected to be enhanced in the southwest parts of the country to some extent today. Showers or thundershowers will occur at times in the western and Sabaragama provinces and in the Kandy, Nuwara, Galle and Mathura districts. Fairly heavy showers above 50 millimeters are likely at some places in the western province and in the Galle and Mathura districts. Several severe showers will occur in the northwestern province. Showers or thundershowers may occur at a few places in the Uva province and in the Ampara and Badiklo district during the evening or night. Fairly strong winds, about 40 to 45 kilometers per hour, can be expected at times in the western slopes of the Central Hills, western and north central provinces and in the Putlam, Galle and Hambantota, and also in the Trincomalee districts. And that was the weather report. And prior to concluding this news broadcast, the headlines once again. FTA negotiations are progressing well. 6th round commences from the 21st to the 23rd of August in Thailand. Considering the appeal submitted regarding the Aswesuma Welfare Benefit Program has commenced. Romania expresses support to extend the GSP Plus tax concession granted to the island. The validity period of the vouchers issued to obtain fertilizer has been extended till next December. Litrogas Lanka decides to slash the price of domestic LP gas again. Foreign news, new agencies report President Putin speaks to the leader of Qatar and Iran. Sports, women's Ashes, Ash Gardner takes 8 wickets in Australia, beat England by 89 runs in the Ashes. And with that, we end this news broadcast from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. And it's back to Chandima Virakon on the other side to take you to the end of transmission. Over to you, Chandima.